Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nhlanhla, and today I have this lovely lady next to me, Nhlanhla, and today we're going to talk about mental health. As we all know that there are a lot of mental health. There is bipolar, there is whatever, like there's depression, there's anxiety, there's panic attacks, and so today we're going to talk about depression. In cancer will be talking more on depression, and I will be talking more on anxiety, as those are the anxiety and panic attack, as are those things that I went through and I'm still coping with them even now, because I cannot say I'm fully healed now, but now I know what to do and how to handle it. So Nhlanhla, please introduce yourself a little bit and then we take it from
Okay,
there.
my name is Nhlanhla Skosana. I'm a mother of two. Thank you, Overcame, for inviting me. I'm very passionate about this. Our mental health, guys, it's very important. We need to talk about it, we need to deal with it, and we need to do whatever it takes for us to move on and let it go.
Okay. So you told me that you suffered in depression.
Yes.
So what is depression for somebody who might not know? Because somebody might have the symptoms and but not know what is this?
Depression.
Yeah.
But depression, in short, is a mental health disorder. It's that persistent feeling of sadness and the loss of interest. You suddenly feel less important. You suddenly feel like you cannot go on anymore. It affects how you feel, how you behave, and even how you act. Even during your daily life, it affects you a lot.
I think it goes the same way with anxiety, but with anxiety you just have this feeling of uncontrolled fear. You feel like something's just gonna happen now. You feel like you're just gonna die, you're just gonna drop down and die. So it can also make one feel like into like reserving themselves, because I remember there are times where somebody will invite me somewhere and then I'm like, okay, how is this place? If it's the location, because of how busy it is, I'll feel like no, I'm not gonna go there. So it's in a way making me not to live my life in full.
True.
Yeah. So that's depression and that's anxiety. You feel with depression you're feeling a sense of sadness, like you feel like there's no hope, you feel like there's no more joy. Yeah. So guys, that's depression and that's anxiety. So Nhlanhla, can you please tell us what are the symptoms of depression?
Depression, as I said, it's that sense of loss. It's that sense of I'm not in control. It's that sense of sadness. You undergo a lot of trauma. One would say that I became depressed because of my childhood trauma, or I became depressed because of certain loss or certain pain, or pain that I could not even run away from.
Yeah.
Just like me, if I can tell you my story in short, in 2015, I lost my husband suddenly, and then I became so depressed. I lost that interest of life. I actually came to a point where I wanted to end my own life and wanted to go and join him, because I thought, what's the point of me living without this person, a person that I've built my life with, the person that I have been with for 13 years,
Oh, wow.
the father of my two boys. It was so bad that I could not even think about what about the people that I'm leaving behind, what about my father, what about my sisters, what about my family and friends. I just wanted to end my life and end the pain that I was feeling at that time.
So you're saying the symptoms are you feeling this loss of interest from anything. You feel like you don't, like, life can't go on without this person. Okay, but with anxiety the symptoms are when you're feeling that anxious, what happens to you is that at that moment you have these heart palpitations, like your heart starts to breathe very high and you're breathing harsh, like too much, and you feel like something is going. If you fear snakes, imagine yourself in front of the snake. That's how you feel. But with anxiety, the thing is, it's not there, it's all in your mind. And I hear people with depression also undergo through such as well. So this think they are interlinked.
They are interlinked, because with anxiety you feel like a sense of failure, just like depression. As you can see in South Africa currently, many people are losing their jobs.
Yeah.
They get depressed and they get anxiety and they get like so anxious that what's gonna happen next? How am I gonna feed my family? How am I gonna pay my bills? So anxiety and depression, they do go hand in hand. So we need to talk more about it. We need to somehow maybe find that happy place again. I know it's hard for someone who doesn't have a job to say, how can I find a happy place where I'm in this point? But then try to find something that gives you hope. You know, try to find something that will make your spirit to be hopeful again. Whether you have to pray, I know other people, they believe on upasha. Do whatever it takes for you to find that peace and to find that hope and find yourself again.
Yeah, and I think it's important also to talk. You know, most of us, we suffer in silence, and with the way social media and the world is now, we are so artificial. We all have this perfect life. We portray we portray this like perfection, and most of the time that's not the truth. And one of the other thing you remember when you talk about this is that the other thing that people need to do is to stay away from social media, because social media, in as much as it can be good and can bring hope, but sometimes it can bring you a sadness that, oh, my life is not going anywhere. Look at whoever is blossoming, whoever is going this, is doing that, because people do post about their achievements, and if you and you have nothing,
their failures,
they won't post about their failure. And if you can't post your achievement because they are not there, so you start to feel this sense of sadness and the anxiousness. Until when?
It's so true.
Yeah. So what can we say are the causes? I think that what are the causes actually?
Depression has a lot of causes, but I'll just dwell in this particular three. It can be a sense of loss.
Okay, when you've lost something.
Hidden trauma, childhood trauma, whether it's a trauma that you experience even in your adulthood, that you've just kept underneath the carpet and thought that, let me just go on, it didn't affect me, whereas it did, you know, dealing with trauma at that time. As well as the history in the family. I know others don't believe it, but having someone, maybe my great-grandmother or my grandmother had depression, it actually is something that is genetic as well. Yeah, so we need to always on the lookout. You know
your family history,
and also know yourself. Know that actually now I'm no longer myself. I know other people we tend to, especially when we're feeling like that, we want to drink, we want to do other things, suddenly I'm now a party animal, whereas, you're changing your lifestyle just to run away from whatever you are facing at that time. So you actually have to know yourself and see that, no, I'm no longer myself now.
Okay, for me, in anxiety, the causes are, I'll speak of my experience. I think when you're saying trauma that you never really dealt with, I think in 2012 I went through a very traumatic experience which I didn't deal with. I'll just say two incidences. There was one time where I was staying with my brother. We had rented a 2-room house, and in the middle of night, I think it was around 2 a.m., then I hear somebody waking me up. Because I was staying with my brother, I thought it's him waking me up.
Wow.
And then I was like, when I opened my eyes, I find this guy in a mask and with hands with gloves, and he's got this big knife. And I've never been so scared in my life. I thought I was dying.
Oh my god, that's so
And then he closed me again with a blanket, like wangvala futhi, and I thought now he's doing the most. And then he opened it, and then he says, "Wake up! Where's the money? Where's everything?" And I'm like, I tried to check my bag. There was no cell phone. My laptop was not there anymore. And then I asked him, "How did you come in?" I don't know where did I gather that strength, but I just had to ask him, how did you come in? Then because where I was staying, the butler was outside the window. Unlike there's a butler and then the window, but where I was staying there was a butler outside. So that guy managed to cut that butler and then was able to get in. I didn't hear him. My younger brother didn't hear him as well.
Yo.
So even at that time when I'm still talking to the guy, my younger brother was dead asleep. He couldn't hear anything. And then the guy, when we went outside, he showed me this is how I came in, and then he showed me that he took my laptop and my phone, and then he left. Just like that.
Just like that.
And then after that, I woke everybody up and be like, this is what happened. And people were shocked. And then the funny part is, therefore I slept. Okay, where I was staying, there was doctors, and then they gave me medication to calm me down. And then after that, the following day, I continued with life as normal. I didn't go through counseling. I didn't feel the need to go through counseling. So that thing, it's also a cause because I didn't deal with it. I always tell people that if you've lost somebody, go through that pain, go through it. Some of us, we want to jump the pain and be fine, and most of the time people will tell you, no Nhlanhla, no, you have to be strong. You are strong, sisi, for abantwana bakho. You don't have to. You don't have to break down so that in future you are strong.
I always talk about the steps of healing. You know, you cannot jump healing. You cannot pretend as if I can just go on like that. There is stages in healing. There's stages in grieving, you know. Especially as Black people, we like to hide things. We like to feel counseling is not for us. Counseling is for white people. But whereas counseling is actually helps, you speak your mind, even your deeper thoughts, whatever thoughts that you're having. Because sometimes it's difficult for me to tell my friend or my family that I'm feeling like this because everyone expects me to be strong. Then attending counseling helps you because you can break down. These people have been trained to actually deal with such situations. So guys, let's do counseling. Let's speak about it and let's be free. Even if you do go to counseling, I know other people, they hide. Even go to counseling like I am right, but just open up. It really helps.
Now everybody knows I go to my psychologist almost every month or once in 2 months. Even if there's nothing happening, just to go and offload. Counseling it's very good, guys, and I'm getting from you that there are certain things that people need to do when they are dealing with a person with such. They first have to notice that no, Nhlanhla has changed, and then there's certain things that they have to do. Sometimes people, when they change their life, it's a call for attention. Hey, please check me out. And can you tell me what are the do's and the don'ts? What should people do dealing with people with depressions, especially the don'ts? Because most people they don't understand when you are depressed. They're like, how can I be depressed? I mean, I'm sure because her husband passed away, uthole izimali, so and ukhalelani. So I think, can you please, from your point of view, how do you want people to support those with depression?
Guys, what we can do is, if you know someone who is suffering from depression, just be there for the person. You know, just let them open up to you. If they need space, give them that space, but don't allow them to be alone for a long time. Be there for them. Tell them that you are there, because I feel like that we're too busy, guys. We're too busy with our own lives. We're too busy trying to make it, whereas we are losing people right next to us. So people are dying right next to us. People are committing suicide. People are drinking and pouring themselves out on bottle and drugs and yahoop and all these things. All they need is that we need to be there for them, counseling, being there physically, being there for them and supporting them and showing them love. Let's show each other love. I think it's something that we really do. Let's show each other genuine love and genuine support. And the don'ts, I know we like to die. Asambeni so phuza, asambeni so yenza sona so, asambeni so prova.
Holiday.
It's a holiday. Holiday is good. But if the agenda behind it is bad, then it's bad. It's for the wrong reasons. But then, if uyokhipha stress with utshwala, what happens in the morning? You're still gonna face the same thing. If you're gonna be drinking, drink for the right reasons. But I can tell you now, alcohol doesn't take away depression. it totally doesn't, guys. Drugs, it doesn't take away. And also all these bad things, people get into you'll be surprised at what bad habits people come up with just to go away or to take away depression.
And I think we should stop being judgmental. If you see a person like now they are out of character, instead of sihambe and gossip about them, I think we can be like you are my neighbor. When I see now how Nhlanhla, what is going on, abantwana, they're no longer being well taken care of, I can come to you and be like, Nhlanhla, I can see that something is going on. What is going on? How can I help? Let us not judge. Be like, so looking and now upila. Sometimes people are not living like that on their will. They are just trying to run away from the pain. When I'm saying this, I remember in 2015 when when the anxiety was so bad, I wanted to be poor. I longed to poverty. At least my mind ikonukusuka from this anxiousness that I'm going through. I felt like the person who ham estradin or lala estradin, it's much better than me. Because guys, mental health, it's bad. It's really, really, really bad. You feel like there's no hope. You feel like you can't get out. You feel like you are in this bubble by yourself, and it's hard to get out. And for me now, what I would advise people to do with people with anxiety, try to distract them, because everything that is happening is in their mind. So if you talk to them, it's like you are moving their mind from whatever is happening from their thoughts. Yes, you like, hey, try to distract me. Especially when I tell you that I'm starting to feel anxious, distract me. Don't ask, so what are you feeling? No, don't do that. Let us talk about something else, so that it goes and
move my mind away from the current.
And I think other things that people need to do in treating, I think we're now talking about how to treat it. You said counseling, we must go for counseling. I think we also need to eat adequately. Like, we need to have a balanced meal. Some food we need to cut. For me now, alcohol, it's a no-go area for me, because should I drink alcohol, it triggers all the anxiousness. So I don't enjoy anything. I become so anxious, and even the following day, for as long as that alcohol is in my system, I'm not gonna be right. So guys, let us help each other. I hope this video is helping. I don't know, are you done? Or do you want to add something?
I would like to add something before we end, is that, guys, don't judge your life based on one particular chapter. It just doesn't end there. The pain, we learn to live with the loss. But then I cannot judge my life according to that chapter where I feel like I'm lost now. I have lost all hope. God is faithful, and if we do trust in Him, He will show us that was just a chapter. There is more chapters to come. So whatever you are going through, don't ever think that it's for you. There are people who are looking at you. You'll be surprised that you can overcome something, and someone will be like, I was looking at you. If you can overcome that, then I can overcome this as well. So we are not living for us. We are living, you're not living for me, I'm living for us, for my generation, and for everyone out there that is looking at me.
And like you said, it sometimes can be genetic. I think if you conquer it, it means you'd have broken the curse for the family. That at the Kosana family, at Nemate's family, we will no longer suffer
from depression,
mental health, and all that. So guys, there's a lot that we can talk about when it comes to mental health. There's a lot that we can share through our journeys. I think because of time, we will end here, and you can indicate to me if you want us to go further and further. I can call the lady and we continue where you think we didn't really reach you guys. Thank you so much, Nhlanhla.
Thank you.
I actually, guys, didn't invite her. She asked to talk to me. She asked about this issue, and as you can see, we're going through COVID, and a lot of people are losing jobs. A lot of people are uncertain about their jobs. Some people are told to wait up until, you know, there's a lot of uncertainties which can cause depression and can cause anxiety. So guys, just know that you are not alone. Always have somebody to talk to. Never stop talking. Whatever you're going through, talk to whoever, even if it's a stranger. Even if you go on Facebook and there's somebody who says hi, just tell them, "Good, I'm going through this is what is happening."
Just
and
let it all out.
Let it all out. And don't care about being judged, because whether you're doing good or bad, people are still judging you. They still have something to say. So guys, I know I talk a lot. We'll end here for today. Thank you so much, Nhlanhla. May God bless you. And I hope we'll do more topics together.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.